Hello, this is Dr. Dilip Mahadev. Now you will be watching this short video about everything about asthma and allergy and lung disease on sify.com. So happy listening and happy viewing.
With no permanent cure available, can you update us on how asthma is controlled in today's times?
Uncontrolled asthma is very common, just taking treatment for asthma does not mean that it is being controlled. You have to really have a proper test for evaluation, especially a questionnaire, a good questionnaire called as an asthma control test can tell you whether the patient you are controlled or not. One simple way to find out whether you are controlled with the drugs is to just ask yourself a question. Do you happen to wake up at night? Is your sleep disturbed? And if the answer is yes, that means the asthma requires further control. Are you not able to give your full in your academics or at the workplace because of disturbance in your physical well-being, especially if you are a patient of allergic asthma? The answer is yes, it means your asthma is uncontrolled. Up to 50% of asthma, chronic and recurrent asthma, in spite of treatment, remains uncontrolled because of lack of fine-tuning by the pulmonologist, by the allergy specialist, or mainly by the generalist in terms of going to the physician who is an internal medical specialist or the general practitioner, because their focus is not on allergies. And unless and until you really evaluate the allergies and give a package of preventive medicine, I do not think the asthma is going to get controlled. Proper drug therapy, whether it is oral therapy or whether it is inhaled therapy in terms of inhaled corticosteroids or long-acting beta-2 agonist, in the proper way, in giving it is in a correct dosage form, mainly the inhalers are essentially. One point I would like to make over here, and it is where the pulmonary function testing helps us, that in case the airway function drops significantly. For example, let us talk about the peak expiratory flow rate, which is a small meter device which can be handheld, which can be used at your own home. If the peak flow rate suddenly falls down, then I do not think that the inhaled route, which is flaunted as by many people, by many doctors as the reliable route, ceases to be a reliable route. And if it falls down, one has to give either an oral medication or injectable medication or a nebulizer. And after bringing back the airway function to at least 50% of the personal best, then only again inhaled devices can be used, whether they are metered dose inhalers or whether they are dry powder inhalers. Otherwise, there will be a failure for the drug molecules to land inside the airways where they are essential and where their pharmacological action is required. So there is for the pulmonologist and for the allergy specialist, no particular route is a good or a bad route. It depends upon the condition of the patient, and the lung function will dictate the route. And therefore, portable devices to measure the lung function or the spirometry becomes very essential in order to actually tailor make the prescription to the patient and to get positive outcome. So proper evaluation of allergies, followed by maybe immunotherapy or avoidance treatment together with pharmacotherapy, both go as complementary in order to achieve a perfect control of asthma, whereby essentially the person is functioning 100% in his family, at his whether he is a student in his academics or at his place of work. His own pulmonary function is at best with minimal medication and with minimal side effects. I think that that obviously is going to give him a good quality of sleep, and next day he is going to be fine and performing.
To end the conversation, your expert advice to enhance one's pulmonary function health would be?
I feel one of the factors is also nutrition. When I talk about, that obviously, in a spirometry, when you are going to do a forced vital capacity maneuver, you will find that ultimately it is the respiratory muscles which also have to be trained. And no pulmonary function testing should be actually attempted, especially a repeat pulmonary function testing cannot be attempted without a sound nutritional advice. So I feel that maintaining proper airway function by adequate bronchodilator and inhaled corticosteroids by means of meter dose inhaler or dry powder inhaler, together with preventive strategies. And when I say preventive strategies, it means allergy testing, finding out what are the aeroallergens which are affecting you, trying to remain away from those aeroallergens, especially they can be house dust mite which are residing in your own mattress. So obviously you have to have strategies in order to keep in order to use the mattresses and dry them very frequently in sunlight, which is unfortunately very sparse in Mumbai because of tall high-rise buildings, cloudy weather, and a haze of pollutants, which is also increasing the vitamin D deficiency levels. So you have to look at nutrition. You have to employ strategies which will prevent airway inflammation because of the aeroallergens. You have to keep your environment clean. Personal hygiene methods have to be used. Air conditioning device, air filtering devices have to be used, and all this together with essentially a pneumococcal vaccine which can be given, or a viral vaccine, influenza vaccine, which can prevent at least bacterial infections or viral infections, and then prevent complications in asthma and chronic bronchitis, and prevent recurrent exacerbation, giving rise to fall in pulmonary function testing and making the person disabled. Many patients with chronic bronchitis become disabled because their lung function are not achievable. Good lung function are not achievable. In such instances, especially if they are exposed to fossil fuel pollutants at home, or because of cigarette smoking, cigarette smoking cessation strategies have to be put in use, and the patient has to be weaned off the nicotine, and individuals who are smoking at home of asthmatic have to be told to actually stop smoking, because these are the trigger factors which give rise to airway hyperresponsiveness in patients with asthma who are at home, and especially children are affected because of smokers at home. So I think indoor pollution has to be curbed by means of reducing use of unnecessary perfume aerosols or unnecessary dusting. You have to do dry mopping. You have to keep the house clean. You have to maybe use vacuum cleaners from time to time, and this involves a lot of hard work. So I think it's a teamwork. The entire family has to be roped in, and all the matters have to be discussed in great length in order to achieve a fine and fantastic control of asthma, and therefore improve the lung function and keep it as steady, so that the individual can even take up sporting activities. Many Olympians have been asthmatics, but they have been finely controlled asthmatic, and their lung function has to be so good that they can even come back with gold medals.